You're good. You can come over here.
Yeah, come on over. Sorry, were you
Alright.
just about to go off duty?
No, I'm just hiding on the I've been up there since, like, the meeting, on and off, because the VAF stuff, it's an absolute nightmare.
Oh. Are you doing okay with that?
Yeah, I mean, the issue is I'm going through each one and I'm having to, some of them I have to manually add the vehicle, some of them I have to go to the person's profile, some of them I have to run the plate because they don't even own it anymore, because it's not populating in the MDT, and some of them still won't populate after all of that. So I then have to mark it on the original report that we've got it all, highlight it in yellow because that means I need to come back to it after the next software update. The IT guy said that there's going to be like a software update for it in about 7 hours or so, and it should be working after that, hopefully. So I'm doing the ones that I can do, but each one takes a bit of time because you don't find out it's not working until you actually try it. So yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare.
Thank you for doing that. I know it must be such a headache.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Don't worry about it. And I have to do it here as well and not from home because I have to run the plate for some of them as well because some of them have transferred owners. So I'm trying to make sure that we've got the right one, etc. But then also because I get paid for it, so you know.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Okay. You are probably wondering why I called you down here.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to figure out what your beef with me is.
Oh god.
I've heard some concerning things said, and I didn't know that you had an issue with me.
Okay,
Oh
can I ask
boy.
where you heard the concerning things that I've supposedly said?
Uh, it's not important.
Okay, because I generally don't go
Here we
around
go.
slating you to everybody. The person that I have had a conversation with someone about you recently is the mayor, if that's what you're referring to.
Well, I mean, in general, I mean, is that appropriate?
I was asked whether I would pick you as my assistant chief, and I
Okay.
said I would think about it. I went away, I thought about it, I could see the pros to it, Peters, but I could also see cons, so I said no. Does that mean I've got beef with you? Is that what you're seeing it as? Because I
I'm
wouldn't
gonna shoot you
choose you.
straight. I heard a little bit more than that, but I think the reality
Well,
is. Oh, go ahead. I'm not trying to
if you
cut you
want
off.
me to defend myself and explain things, then I kind of need to know what was said.
Um, I'm gonna be honest. I'll tell you where I'm coming from, right? Um, I am here to whether you agree with it or not. Like, it's completely up to you. I think you're entitled to your opinion. I'm here to help Moss kind of fulfill her goals and her vision of PD. And at this point, regardless, um, whatever was said, and I honestly just kind of like want to squash the beef. And I mean, if there's any animosity or anything towards me, I just want you to know that I don't have any ill feelings towards you. I do want to see you succeed, and that's kind of where I'm coming from on everything.
Okay, well, it doesn't really matter of whether I agree with you being in the position or not. You're in that position now. You're essentially my boss, right? So I'm going to be doing things according to you guys. And I mean, that's how I operate, right? I don't have beef with you, Peters. I got asked if I would put you in a position and I said no. And I had valid reasoning to say no. And that's what I said. Um, if it is to do with that stuff, because I don't know where else this would have come from, there is nothing else that I've said to anyone that should should have brought this up in your mind as beef. But I actually had the same person contact me with information, so it wasn't just a me thing in the end. Like
What do you
I don't.
What do you mean you had the same person contact you?
So somebody else contacted him with information with the mayor. This isn't just a me thing. I found out from BCSO that there was some issues that were being looked into, and I thought that's not going to look good if I appoint him assistant chief. I mean, this is kind of redundant anyway because I'm not chief and
Right. Well,
Moss is, and
it's
then
not
you got
redundant
appointed that.
because if you have an issue with me, which I mean, from your tone, it kind of sounds like you do. So I'm essentially trying to work things out.
It's not an okay. It's not an issue with you. It was that I personally do not think that you would have suited as my assistant chief. Okay, that was it. But the fact is this is now being dragged into how we're working now, which when it shouldn't really matter because this has nothing to do with me anymore. Doesn't matter what I.
Okay.
I
All right.
went off
I'm
the
gonna
complaints that were there.
I'm gonna step in here. It does have to do with you, Viv. You are a lieutenant. You are vital to Shift 1. I think Peters was a little blunt with, speaking about this, but I think he genuinely, what he's trying to say is that he wants to make sure that we can all work together, that, if there are issues, is there anything that you're hesitant about? If there are any issues, we just kind of want to clear the air and make sure that moving forward, we can all be on the same page working together, and that you feel supported, that you can feel supported not just by me but also by him, because he is the assistant chief, and that is, in my mind, his job is to support you.
On top of all of that, I think you were essential to Shift 1, Viv. I like not even just Shift 1. I do think you're essential to the police department. So the honest to God truth is my feelings were hurt more than anything. I really do look up to you. I think you do a lot. So I mean, like, some of the stuff is understandable, but I think as far as holding Shift 1 together, you've been like a staple there, and it was I don't think obviously this is how I feel, right? And it's I think I'm entitled to my feelings as well. As it's kind of...
I get that. I'm sorry if you took it as a personal thing. Personally, I have nothing bad towards you, Peters. I enjoy having you around. You bring like a spark of energy to the patrol shift and everything like that. My issues with you were literally just relegated to the professionalism stuff. That was all that I had discussed with the mayor.
With Master Docs. Master Docs.
Yeah, like I knew that there was investigations going on.
Like
I was out of it because it was BCSO.
Okay, yeah.
So I was kind of waiting for them.
By the way, real quick, High Command has decided, this is joint between BCSO and LSPD, that Master Docs will be initiated only by High Command moving forward.
You said that yesterday.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I told you that specifically. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if somebody is at the point where they need a panel, it is brought to us, say, hey, this person is, at 10 or above. Do you guys want to have a panel for the review? At that point, we would then, High Command would speak to each other, decide if that's how we want to move forward, initiate a master doc if necessary for the sake of the panel, and then go from there. So basically, we will be initiating High Command panels and master docs. I don't want to see anybody, initiating a panel without High Command approval moving forward.
Yeah, okay. Is panels like... because I'm not really that much of a fan of panels.
I'm not a fan of panels, but it seems like everybody wants to do them, so...
Oh, okay. Okay. Alright, yeah, that's fine with me. If I see things creeping towards that sort of direction, I'll let you know. If I notice that seniors or sergeants are making that sort of thing, then I'll put a stop to it.
Yeah, no more master docs. I don't think that they're helpful. I think we just need to deal with situations on a one-by-one basis. And, you can add in DAPs now, so We can see what's going on their staff profile. We don't need to make an additional document about it.
It's fine. Okay. Again, Peters, I'm sorry if you thought it was a personal issue with you. It's not a personal thing. It was professional opinion.
Well, I accept your apology.
Okay. Is
Oh.
there
And
anything else I can help you guys with?
that's it. I mean, for me at least.
All right. Perfect. Is that everything from you, Moss?
You're gonna have a sergeant position open here soon. Do you have any names that you want to put forward?
For Sergeant?
Yeah.
Maxwell. She's been absolutely killing it, honestly. When she first was made senior, she was a bit timid in leading things and assisting people with things. But then when she got sort of like the P&T Shift 1 lead thing, whatever that was called, I still can't remember what the title was. She picked it up and ran with it. I've assisted her because I feel like it was a lot for her to take on by herself. So I've helped her when she's needed help, like when she's asked for me to do things, I'll do that for her. But I've seen her confidence grow through that, and now I see her out in the field and she's doing way above senior, in my opinion. So I do think it should be Maxwell next.
What about seniors?
Seniors, I was speaking with Anita earlier. We were coming up with a few names. So both me and Anita would like to see Dan in a position of senior. I know that there's something that's being looked into at the moment. I don't know
Denzel
too much
Shiesty?
about it. Yeah.
Okay.
So I know Loki brought it up, something about the processing thing. I don't know. I think Loki's still looking into it. I did
What
task Nakoda with it.
Something happened, or?
Yeah, there's an incident Loki found, or someone brought it to Loki. It was about
This is the Remedy Creed thing.
Remedy.
Yeah,
that's the
he's made me aware about it. I'm not like too concerned about the whole thing. It just kind of seems like there was a storm, things didn't get saved. It's mainly just that it was marked processed like very much later, but they were never actually processed. So I think Loki was going to contact a judge and see about removing the charge. It's just really like, why was it marked processed so late, so much later?
Yeah.
I'm not really that bothered about it, to be honest. I think we just need to set a standard that, you know, if this kind of thing happens in the future, tough luck, they're not getting the charge, you know. People need to be double checking their reports, basically, whether that's at the end of their shift or the following day. Takes 5 minutes to go through your reports and just make sure that everything is done.
Yeah.
And if it's not done, it's not done, you know. I'm not going to lose any sleep over somebody not getting a robbery of a financial institution charge, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah, that would make sense if it was at Storm. It's a thing that can happen. But then also, a couple months ago as well, we were having some heavy MTT issues where entire reports would just go missing at random.
And I think it was around that time that all this happened. So it's again, I think that it's not a. I mean, it's
okay.
It's just, you know,
I know what you
just
mean,
double check your stuff. I think that's it.
Yeah. So Denzel was one of the suggestions. McQuillan was another one. He's been around a hell of a lot more. He is
How is McQuillan? I've had some good talks with him. What's his focus? He mainly like patrol? How's he with people?